Researchers from the Arizona State University made a very strange statement recently. They suggested to make use of a secret technology to freeze the ice in Antarctica, which is melting due to global warming. They also said that any delays in doing this would be catastrophic. These same scientists have been claiming that representatives of an extraterrestrial civilization were found sleeping in chambers in Antarctica. So where in Antarctica were these chambers located? They were located under 3 meters of ice. Now, the problem is these scientists are very afraid of the consequences they may face by encountering these extraterrestrials because of how they may respond and what type of danger they might put themselves in. Now, in my other video on Antarctica, I talked about how they found these dangerous creatures in Antarctica, and they also found these unexplainable forms of radiation that are pretty much deadly to humans. But these extraterrestrials that they found sleeping in these chambers under the ice might pose an even bigger threat. So guess what happened after these Arizona scientists released this statement about these extraterrestrials that they found sleeping in these chambers? Well, what do you think happened? They didn't want us to know about it, so the media started releasing discrediting articles and information, basically mocking them and saying that it's not true, and basically trying to cover it up. You know what I'm saying? Like they usually do. You understand? They literally took all of the statements from these scientists, mocked them, and then turned it into a joke. Yes, sir. One of the easiest ways to take a truth and make people not believe it is to mock it and ridicule it. And that's what they're experts at doing. So now a lot of y'all might be wondering, where the heck did these normal everyday scientists even get this information from to begin with? Where did they get this information that no official source has ever mentioned before? There is a man named Corey Goode who worked for the secret space program for more than 20 years. And supposedly he was one of the first ones to speak about these mysterious giants. He claimed that there had been secret excavations in Antarctica that were going on for several years, which were being hidden from the masses. Now, if you watch my other video where I talked about why the flights are banned over Antarctica, you'll probably understand what I'm talking about right now. If you didn't, it's okay. When you're done watching this video, check that video out. And by the way, for those who don't know who I am, to my new subscribers, this is your boy 3 Creepy TV, and I'm the one who exposes them. So y'all better hit that comment, that like, and make sure you subscribe. But let's continue this video. And just a heads up, Antarctica has been one of the most requested topics on my channel that y'all been suggesting to me, so I'm probably gonna keep doing a lot of videos on this topics because y'all really seeming to enjoy them. Every time I ask y'all say do another part, so I'm gonna do that. So what did Corey Goode have to say about this mysterious story? Well, a couple years ago he was woken up in an urgent night call and pretty much told to get ready for a very important urgent mission that was taking place. He pretty much had no notice and was just woken up to this. That's how urgent it was. And just 20 minutes later, yes, just 20 minutes later, a special service car vehicle arrived at where he was and picked him up to take him to the airport. And when he got to this airport, an Air Force secret military plane was already there waiting for him, along with more agents. Now, while they were flying, they were told that they were heading to Antarctica to witness the first excavations of ancient ruins of an ancient civilization. Yes, they were excavating them, y'all. They were digging up the bodies and the technology, and he was gonna witness this. And they were buried under 3 kilometers of ice. So when they got there, they were told that this civilization was this excavation was associated with the pre-Adamites that I talked about in another one of my Antarctica videos. If y'all don't know who the pre-Adamites are, go check it out in my other video when you're done watching this video. These were the ones who were 3 to 4 times as tall as us humans and had the elongated skulls. Yes, the ones who they have pictures and drawings of in ancient Egypt and India and in other places in the world. Now guess what's creepy? Only creepy if you don't know what's going on. But guess what else they found there? They found disfigured human bodies with the same elongated skulls as the pre-Adamites. Remember in my other video when I told y'all they was doing breeding between humans and these pre-Adamites? That's what that's about. So in my other video where I talked about what they were doing on the moon, I told y'all how a lot of these abductions that take place with these UFOs, they take people to the moon and they breed them with the extraterrestrials over there. But right today, we're talking about they were breeding humans with the pre-Adamites under the ice in Antarctica. They do this breeding not just in Antarctica, not just on the moon, but in pretty much all over the place, y'all. And they do it for a reason, which I'll tell y'all about in another video, because that's going to take way too long to explain why they even doing that. But trust me, eventually it'll all make sense. Guess what? Some of these disfigured humans' bodies even had tails, which they couldn't explain. And these giants liked to conduct experiments on humans. Not only would they interbreed with them to make them look the same and appear the same as they did, they would even crossbreed humans with other creatures. That's where the tails came from. So these pre-Adamites had their own bases with ancient technology that I talked about in other videos. One of these technologies was the wormhole, very similar to what was depicted in the Stargate movie. And 3 interstellar ships about 50 kilometers in diameter were also discovered nearby. So this would indicate that these pre-Adamites were of extraterrestrial origin and came to planet Earth from another planet. So one of these spacecrafts were excavated and they found capsules inside of them. And these capsules were said to contain live pre-Adamites that were suspended in a fluid. And supposedly the pre-Adamite civilization was frozen catastrophically in an event that happened in Antarctica. And they said that that occurred roughly 12,000 years ago. How accurate is that? We don't know. So till now, scientists don't know what type of catastrophic event that was. But remember in my other video when we talked about the polar shift and how that happened instantly? Well, that's what basically they were describing, that it was frozen instantly. And these crossbred experimental humans were frozen, flash frozen instantly as well, and discoverable under the ice. So supposedly on this ship, that was the only thing that survived the freezing, and the pre-Adamites in there had chambers. Now this man, Corey Good, said that these ships looked and appeared to look as if it was assembled yesterday. But you see, the scientists are still afraid to open those capsules because of the ramifications that might occur. What were those ramifications? Well, they had no clue how these awakened pre-Adamites would respond. Well, guess who was next to learn about the excavations of these frozen civilizations? None other than Russia. And their expedition reached that site only 2 weeks after the Americans did. That's how fast they were on that shit with their intel. And the Russians began to break through the ice to get to the second spacecraft. So what did the Russians find in that second spacecraft? Well, my friends, I'ma have to explain that in another video. This is your boy, 3 Creepy TV. Make sure, if you like this video, to leave a comment and subscribe and hit the like button. And I'ma see you in the next video. Peace!